Good afternoon, Minister, PS. Good day, everyone. Thanks to be here. It's always a special day for us when we have the opportunity to talk about our young technicians and engineers and the progress they are making with their training. It's always exciting for us. My name is Bob Lordy. I'm Chief Engineer for Works and Engineering. We have today Mr. Zico Johnson, Mr. Frank Ross from ACON, Minister Birch, and Jamar Deal, electrical engineer. Thanks to be here. First, I will do a brief introduction. Mr. Ross will present the program from ACON, also the companies that our two trainees will work with. Minister Birch will continue with our trainee program and how much important it is for us, since we are trying to push very, very hard on the recruitment of young technician and engineer. And finally, Jamar and Zico will give you a quick word about their the charter engineer and the road for their training in Toronto. 1 year ago, our new minister asked us to be more proactive on recruiting young talent and trainee and hire them in the ministry. And believe me, working with Minister Birch, when the plan is done, the plan of action is not the next week, it's in the next second. So for us, it was a top priority. After a year of effort, we can say that we were able to recruit some young, good and talented people, and we are in good direction. We're not there yet, but I think we made a lot of progress. With the help of DHR, our HR department, and government program, we were able to hire summer students, new engineer, technician. For us is just a beginning. When I have the occasion, let me mention some names that we have the pleasure to work with, since we put some emphasis on recruitment and support. We have Ricardo Graham, that went through the ACON program, is now working with a top consulting firm in UK, designing the new bridges for Swing Bridge and Longbourn Bridge. We have Tabia Butterfield, a civil engineer, first year in Cardiff in Wales. She's actually working for us at King's Wharf, a refurbishment project. We also have Lance Brown, is studying right now in Plymouth in UK, and is one of the young talent like I've seen in my life. In project management, like we see in sport, is a natural talent for project management. We have Alex Doyling in Kutztown in Pennsylvania, first year in engineering and in computer science. And he also has a scholarship in rugby. And his team, by the way, they finished 10th overall in Division I in NCAA. So it's quite an accomplishment for people that follow sport in the US. We also recruited 4 months ago Austin Kinney, a Bermudan that was working in Australia for one of the top consulting firm in Wharf and the structural company. So he signed back with the ministry 4 months ago. He's now back on island and is one of the key engineer on the structural department. So let me introduce Jamar and Zico. The two, Jamar began in the, we'll start with Jamar. He started in the University Electric in 2000 after graduating from Cedar Bridge Academy. Then he completed his electrical apprenticeship. He then attended Glasgow Caledonian University to study electrical power engineering in 2012. During that time, Jamar joined the Ministry of Public Works, where he was placed with Works and Engineering under the principal engineer Remy Suber. He completed and obtained a Bachelor of Engineering honor degree in 2015. And in July 2017, Jamar graduated with a Master of Science degree from Glasgow Caledonia University. He's now working with us and making his way to the charter engineer with the Professional Engineer of Ontario. Zico is a mechanical engineer. He started his engineering in Miami-Dade College. With his degree after, he attended the Florida International University, where he studied mechanical engineering. Zico graduated and received a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering degree and currently works with the Ministry of Public Works and in training program amplify his interest in design. Looking at young engineers for the ministry, we need to find opportunities to train them. It's not always easy to find the perfect training program because we need to be very well diversified. And we thought about the experience last year that we had with Econ. It went very well. Ricardo, one of our engineers, went there, and we had a very positive experience. So this time we called back Econ, and it took 24 hours for them to agree and to organize all this. So becoming a charter engineer, it's a long process. And I think Jamar and Zico, they already are good engineers, and they will become charter and they will become charter engineer, good engineer charter. And in my opinion, to be a good engineer, you don't have to be smart first. You need to have three qualities. That is hard work, to be curious, and to be humble. And I think Jamar and Zico has those three qualities, and that's why they're going to be very good engineer. So I would like to pass the mic to Mr. Ross, that is in charge of Econ for this program, and was very helpful to organize all this.
Thanks, Bob. Minister Birch, thank you for inviting me to participate in today's announcement. As Executive Director of Econ International, I'm pleased to be the Executive Program Sponsor for the Bermuda Econ Internship Program. We are very pleased to welcome both Zico and Jamar to the intern program, and I am confident that they will thoroughly enjoy and greatly benefit from this opportunity that the government of Bermuda has presented to them. The objectives of our program are the following: expand industry knowledge, building leadership skills, technical skills development, building a professional network, and evidencing the Canadian culture and the weather, since they will be spending the winter with us. In addition to the time Zico and Jamar will spend with their sponsor companies, they will also participate in learning initiatives and events presented through our Econ University programs, such as presentation skills, time management, and situational leadership. Jamar, an electrical engineering graduate, will be working with Mulvey and Banani International Limited, who are based in Toronto, who provide engineering services for multiple and related electronic and electrical systems for all types of new building construction and renovations. Mulvey and Banani have been working in Bermuda since 1997 on projects such as XL House, Waterloo House, Fairmont Hamilton Princess, and they are the lead electrical, IT, and communications consultant on the new airport terminal project. Zico, mechanical engineering graduate, will be working with H.H. Angus Associates Limited, also based in Toronto, who specialize in designing mechanical systems across the full spectrum of the construction industry, including the transportation sector, including the new terminal, healthcare, mission-critical data centers, and power generation. Zico and Jamar will be an integral part of their respective engineering and design teams, working under the direction of senior management providing comprehensive building engineering consultancy services. They will be directly involved in site surveys, technology reports, evaluation, and selection of equipment, conceptual design and design development, engineering coordination, tender drawings, and project management. Econ and Skyport remain committed to community involvement, skills development, and social investment in Bermuda, with a focus on investing in youth programs such as the island's primary schools, East End Primary, Clearwater Middle School, St. George Preparatory, and St. David's Primary, along with youth-focused charities, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Mirrors, the Bermuda Sloop Foundation, Bermuda Institute of Ocean Sciences, Kids in Construction, and Crossroads Warriors. We will continue to support Bermuda's youth. We are thrilled to be part of the second cohort of interns. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm pleased to join Frank Ross of Econ, the Chief Engineer of the Ministry, and our two shining stars, Mr. Jamar Deal and Mr. Zico Johnson. Before getting to the specifics of today's conference, it's useful to highlight some of the steps that have brought us to this place. The Ministry of Public Works participates and supports our staff in a variety of educational and professional endeavors, such as the Basic Employee Performance and Superintendent Training Program, better known as BFAST. The BFAST program is now in its 5th year and has proven to be very successful. The program objectives are to advance training, create career opportunities, and build new working relationships with peers and staff, ultimately creating a team that speaks the same language, resulting in providing better service to our internal and external customers. The effective team member and the leading effective teams are the 2 core courses under BFAST, and they are delivered by the Bermuda College's Professional Adult Career Education Department, or PACE. This year, the ministry also offered the Certificate in Leadership and Management course, which is a comprehensive course designed to give practicing first-line managers a solid foundation in their formal development as a manager. I'm pleased to report the success of 13 members of staff representing various areas of the ministry who graduated from the program earlier this week. No one disputes the fact that our workforce is aging, and therefore our ministry is focused on succession planning to ensure we have sufficient employees trained and prepared to fill core and difficult to fill critical positions in the future. The ministry also has in place a trainee program in which 5 trainees are currently enrolled. This program focuses on training Bermudians for professional and technical positions. You've already heard that Ricardo Graham-Ward and Jamar Deal are 2 of those. The ministry also has 3 technical apprentices, Justin Simmons, Dorica Saunders, and Kenneth Pusher, all mechanical apprentices at the Corey Depot. The ministry also participates in the government-wide bursary scheme, and we currently have 4 bursary students, 1 in land valuation, Miss Andisha Busby, who's presently studying for a bachelor's degree in real estate, Ms. Tabia Butterfield, who you heard about, who's gaining some work experience before continuing her studies for a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, Mr. Kobe Richardson, a 2018 recipient, who's currently completing his BSc in Building Construction Management Technology at Purdue University. He is a graduate of St. John's Berry Academy and spent this past summer working on a project in Alexandria, Kentucky. And finally, Ms. Jody Ming, who's also a 2018 bursary recipient, who will commence her studies for an MSc in real estate degree at the University College of Estate Management. She is a graduate of Warwick Academy and holds a Bachelor of Arts from London Metropolitan University and currently works as a professional services associate with a local real estate firm. Today is also a day for other young Bermudians who may have an interest in the engineering field to be inspired by these 2 young men to also pursue their dreams. I encourage anyone interested in an engineering career to contact the ministry to explore ways that they too may follow in Jamar and Jiko's footsteps. It's no secret that this government is fully committed and engaged in supporting the educational and professional pursuits of young Bermudians. So I am particularly pleased that we have been able to organize this secondment, the second, thanks in no small measure to the Chief Engineer, Mr. Lorte, who is a man on a mission, determined to recruit and train young Bermudians. So thank you, Bob. Special thanks must also go to ACON for agreeing to host and guide them towards professional designation. And I am most appreciative of Jamar and Zico's families, some of whom are with us today, for supporting them in this effort. Without you, this couldn't happen. So thank you too. Now let me ask Jamar and Zico in turn to say a few words as they begin the next phase of this journey that I am certain will one day lead them to ultimately filling leadership positions within the Ministry of Public Works. Thank you.
Written note. Thank you, Minister. First off, I'm honored to be a part of this internship program between ACON Bermuda and Ministry of Public Works. Well, I'd like to extend a warm-hearted thank you to the organizers of this, especially Minister, the Honorable David Barton. I also like to say thank you to Chief Engineer Bob Loyalty, ACON Representative Frank Ross, and Principal Engineer Remy Subir. I'm going to take this experience with open arms and use it and utilize it to gain invaluable experience that will aid in my development and registration as a professional engineer. That's my plan. But to piggyback off of what the minister said, if anybody else is listening to this, I want to reach out to someone listed and say, it's never too late to achieve your goals. Goals don't have expiry dates. If there's something that you want to achieve in life, make a plan and do it. It's a good program that the government's got here. Contact them, and it's a good engineering program, and go for it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank the Minister, the Honorable David Birch, Bob Belotti, and Frank Ross. I also like to thank the Ministry and ACON for giving me the opportunity to further my professional development. Besides maple syrup, I'll be sure to bring back my knowledge I've gained from this experience. Furthermore, I hope to teach others in the ministry the standards and skills that I'll learn on my secondment. I also hope to foster not only new relationships with engineers, but long-lasting ones. Thank you.
So have you seen, to conclude, we have good engineers to be trained. Actually, after all this training, we might have the best electrical department on island, I would say. Yeah. And again, like Minister Birch said, if we any training, technician, skilled labor, we want to train those people for the future. We want to mentor them, and to be sure that it's well understood, we're open for business. Not business next week, business today, because our future is always 6 fronts in front of our face. So thank you very much.
Any questions? All right. Thank you.
Good. Great. Thanks very much. Looking forward to it. Good.